Suppose that can be the part for this. Hello. Welcome to stream. Hello.
Hello.
How is you?
Hello.
You heard that? You heard that?
Heard what?
Heard what?
You heard that, Acacia? That nothing significant happened today.
Oh yeah, nothing significant happened today, not at all.
Nothing new, nothing like history defying,
Not
history
really.
changing.
Not today.
I feel like I'm forgetting something now.
Like the peaches?
Maybe. What do you mean by peaches? What are you talking about?
Like Princess Peach or something? Someone was in Princess Peach?
Oh, but she consented to that. I don't know about that.
Also,
I honestly heard it.
Tifa, thanks for being subscribed for 6 months. I don't know if you saw the notification that just happened.
Yeah, I did. No problem.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, Chuni Clan Magane, thank you so much for being here. It's nice to see people from Sue's Discord. Thanks for the follow.
That's it.
Hope you enjoy your time here. Wait, what happened, guys? Sorry, I got hit with some notifications. Oh, he's deafened. Interdasting.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I
All
guess...
I know is that there's someone out.
There's someone what?
All I know is that there's someone just chilling there being like, you know what? I'm Peach.
Hashtag I'm Peach. Peachy! All that stuff.
Damn, I can't believe it.
Okay.
Can't believe it.
Can't bereave it?
Yeah, apparently Donald J. Trump got impeached for a second time today. Mr. #1 title holder of that impeachment, dude. He wanted to make history, and apparently he did. Just maybe not the way he foretold.
I mean, he's a businessman. Isn't any publicity good publicity?
I don't know. But regardless, he is impeached.
Thank goodness.
Oh, by the way, I'm with Acacia and Tifa again.
Hello.
You already know what today is. Today is Wednesday.
It's Wednesday, so it's Phoenix Wright Day with TFUAHStrikes and KidVillero and me.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
And on Wednesdays we go to court. And my layout is pink on Wednesdays.
Alright, let me turn this down.
Okay.
This is fun though.
Let me know when you're ready.
The song? That's Crab Brave. What do you mean? You never heard that meme song, dude? Because my boy just got impeached, dude. It had to be done. Oh yeah, Tifa, I think this might work for you this time around.
What's that?
Let me see.
Are you gonna try to like stream directly from the DS emulator as opposed to showing him your OBS?
Absolutely, we're gonna give it a shot today.
Isn't that what we've been trying the past couple weeks?
Yeah, but he has his new PC now.
And it's kind of... Oh, never
Hold on,
mind.
let me overclock this real quick.
Let's see.
Apply.
Phoenix Wright, assay attorney, trials and tribulations.
Yeah, you all already know what today is.
Phoenix Wright Day, the day we go to court.
What? I love the fact that I switch over my screen, dude. And, I mean, to my other computer and it fucks my screen up. Let's go. I should have checked this earlier. I forgot. Let me readjust these. Alert box. Yes. Properties. Let me see what happened here. Let's see. Filter is different now for some reason, which is fine, I guess. We'll go 1300. Oh, what a nice guess, dude. Actually, no. I see what happened here. Yeah, I see it all.
You see it all?
Well, it all fucked up now. What just happened? Dude, everything on the screen is completely messed up. Hold on.
Oh, shit.
We're making adjustments. It's okay. It's not that bad. Bad, but it's not that bad.
Yep.
That's what happened. Never mind then. Apparently I cannot. I think it's just movement now.
Desmume doing Desmume things.
Desmume.
Oh, dude. Being attacked by a flash, by a bright light.
The brightest of lights.
See this?
I need to turn
That
my
stays
sensitivity
open.
down.
OBS. Making some readjustments real quick. On the fly. Properties, filters. The ramp seems to be 450. Oh, that's not bad. 45 seems to be the play, and then left-hand side. Let's go 1100 instead. 1200. 1300. There we go.
Very amusing to watch.
Have I never played the game in full screen? What the fuck? Why is it giving me this issue? Oh, you know what? The border thing. I remember now. Forget I have to constantly change it. Oh, well, I'll do it later.
Thank you for hydrate.
It might look a little scratch, but it's fine.
These what it is.
Look, I'm trying, okay? Give me a moment.
You are trying.
Top, bottom. What's 230? Let's go 210. I have to, like, change the crop on things. 200. 190. 50. Oh my god, dude. I didn't realize how bad this was. 405. Let's just go 0, dude. Alright, there we go. Dude.
You got it?
Something like that. It's getting somewhere.
Keep moving forward.
I'm trying. Hold on. It's getting somewhere. We're making progress. Progress is being made.
Poggers are being made?
I don't know why it turned into this. It's supposed to be like not so gross looking. Like since I switched over my files on my computer, it's like doing this. Oh wait, what the fuck? Like if I was... Let's try 200 then. No, never mind. 20. There we go. Okay. Look at that easy progress being made. I don't know why I changed shape this way.
Because it hates you.
Like, it decided to become 4x9 instead of 16x9, whatever it normally is. But I got it now.
We got it?
Yeah, I had to do fucking size editing on the fly, but it's fine. It's nothing new. It happens.
Sometimes.
I think it's fine now. Okay. If anything is off center, just let me know, T4, and I'll fix it.
You got it.
At least you don't have a sample follower goal.
I wonder why, T4.
Don't ask me. I can't see your OBS anymore.
Should be able to.
Oh, now I can.
How's that look to you, T4? That look good to you?
Yeah, looks fine.
Let's see, load. State. I should still have the same save state. Somewhere on the PC. There we go. Let me know if the volume's too loud. Actually, I'll just watch it. Turnabout beginnings, right? That's all.
Yes.
Correct.
The Turnabout beginnings. Loading.
That's
What does that mean?
no. That one's a girl, but it's like they won't really matter in the end.
It was like that girl, something something.
That girl.
Get away from her.
I think this is you. I think. Yeah, that's you.
Shut up. Come closer, and I'll kill her.
Bang.
That's girl.
That's you, Geisha.
Hang on it.
Ah.
Oh, yeet. Okay.
Don't worry.
I think we're a bit
fine.
distinct
Sorry,
here.
Oh, there you are.
I'm reading through the core file. Hold on, I'll just restart it on my end and give you the dialogue.
Duh.
It's not that hard to do.
Wait, so we're redoing it? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, now we can go.
Okay, it's
Let me know when you press the button.
Okay, I have to, like, open it again.
The Kakuna. No, that's Hitmonlee. It's not Kakuna. It just looks like Kakuna because it's rounded.
Oh, dare mains.
It does kind of look like Kakuna from a distance.
Okay, load the selected save data, go. The girl, let her go.
Shut up. Come closer and I'll kill her.
Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. Bang.
Ow.
Eat.
I'm reading through the file of an old court case. It was the first case of my longtime mentor, Mifei. Name Terry Fowles. Charged kidnapping, murder. Sentence, death penalty.
Oh, he's got a fucked up
After
face.
escaping Fowles, met with and then murdered Serge and Valerie Hawthorne, recaptured on Eagle Mountain about 8 hours after his escape. Her very first client was a death row inmate who had recently broken out of prison. That was a whole year before me and I ever met.
Aw.
Him only then, yeah. Mena, is the right volume? Is it good?
6 years
Not too
earlier,
loud.
Mia Fey, first trial. February 16th, 9:24 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 4. I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm going to die. I never should have accepted this case. Eek! Good morning. Don't be so jumpy, Mia.
I didn't do nothing, I swear. I didn't kill nobody. I didn't kill nobody.
Terry Falls. My first client. Sentenced to death 5 years ago, and now a prison escapee. Just relax, Mia. Small talk and try to relax him. So why did you escape anyway? Hey, I'm sorry.
I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lie. I didn't escape from nowhere.
But, Mr. Fallis, the police just recaptured you 2 days ago.
Oh, Laura, I told a little lie.
Oh boy.
But anyway, I didn't kill nobody.
Sorry for asking, but you're on death row, right?
I'm really sorry.
That's Mia.
I'm really sorry.
They sentenced me to die like 5 years ago, but I was tricked, I tell you. But Ramon, she lied in her testimony. That's why I got the death penalty. I swear, I didn't kill her. I could never do that.
2 days ago, he escaped from the police wagon when it crashed. Then about 8 hours later, a policewoman was murdered before the police could recapture him. The police believe that Terry Fallis did it. After you escaped, did you meet a policewoman?
I did. She's the reason I escaped.
So that much is true. He did meet with the victim.
But I didn't kill her. She was alive when I left. She was alive. It's true.
I can trust him, right? I mean, I should.
You're not going to figure out the truth by just staring at the guy.
You're... Why are you here?
I came to see how our little kitten was doing all alone in the big scary lion's den. I thought maybe you'd like someone to play with.
Where is Mr. Grossberg?
That old man is probably still in bed. I bet he's clutching an empty bottle and mumbling in his sleep. Aren't I good enough? After all, it's me, Diego Armando.
I didn't say. So, Diego Armando, the finest attorney at Grossberg Law Offices, is here for me?
No. You got it all wrong. Today, you're the finest.
Mackin', dog.
He be mackin'.
After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine, an escaped death row convict for a first client.
Yeah, thanks. I sure wish I could get out of it, though.
Relax, I just heard some good news. The prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well.
Really?
However, unlike a certain somebody who I won't mention, he's earned the reputation as a genius since beginning his law career.
Genius.
Well, it's about time to head in, kitten. Sharpen those claws of yours. It's go time.
A solitary confinement cell for the condemned must be the world's loneliest place. And that's what my client ran away from. Every other lawyer gave up on him, but not me. When I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple, childlike voice, I just had the feeling that he was telling the truth. February 16th, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom Number 4.
Here we go.
Oh, here we go!
Court is now in session for the trial of Terry Falls.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor.
Your suit is loud!
God damn you.
I understand the lawyers for both sides are newcomers.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm Mia Fey.
Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor.
So you're the new prosecutor everyone is talking about, eh? They say you joined the prosecutor's office at quite an early age.
At 20, Your Honor. I guess our little kitten hasn't earned herself much of a reputation yet, huh?
Come on, Mia. You can't lose. Not to someone younger than you.
Oomph.
Young people running a trial, I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Now then, the defendant in this case is currently a felon on death row. 2 days ago, he escaped from a police wagon, is that correct?
Precisely. But the defendant is not on trial for escaping prison. On the day that the defendant escaped, a policewoman was murdered.
So we're here to determine if Mr. Falls was responsible for her death.
You got it, kitten.
Wow.
Well then, Mr. Edgeworth, let's hear your opening statement.
Yes, Your Honor. It was 5 years ago. The defendant, Terry Falls, was sentenced to death in this very court. His crimes were kidnapping, extortion, and murder. The girl he threw off the bridge was only 14 years old.
Oh, shit.
A truly horrible crime, I remember it well. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted.
Correct. But in the end, what finally decided was a certain witness's testimony.
A witness's testimony?
The testimony of Detective Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted the criminal. She arrested Mr. Falls at the scene and later testified against him. She said she witnessed Mr. Falls throw his young victim into the river. Straight up yeeted that bitch.
He Mr. Fell.
Bruh. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall are never recovered.
So Ms. Hawthorne's testimony was the one that put him away.
That policewoman you just mentioned, that wouldn't be...
Exactly. The victim, the same woman that was killed 2 days ago. Police Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne.
Aha! I see. The man who was sentenced to death based on her testimony escaped 2 days ago. With only one thing on his mind, to take revenge against the woman who convicted him. Well, he's guilty.
That face! What is this face?
I couldn't tell you.
The truth is becoming clear to me now.
Huh?
Yes, yes. It's quite obvious that the defendant is guilty.
Bro, we haven't even had our trial yet. Objection! Wait a minute, that's not right. At least hear the case before you decide the outcome, Your Honor.
Watch yourself, Miss Faye. I'm not sure I care for your word choice or your tone of voice.
Young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders.
Shut the fuck up, Edgeworth. You're younger than me. Why you? You're even younger than me, you hypocrite.
Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, please call your first witness.
I call the detective who was in charge of the initial investigation of this case.
Yay!
Witness, state your name and occupation.
Gumshoe, Dick Gumshoe. I'm the homicide detective in charge of the case, sir. I finally got promoted to the detective division half a year ago.
I don't believe anyone asked you about that.
Hey, ma'am, you got any ideas how much work it takes?
What is it?
You're really gorgeous.
Excuse me?
No, seriously, my heart, it's aching for you.
S
what
to
the
the
fuck,
I
dude?
to the M to the P.
Detective, please stop simping and try to be professional. Otherwise,
Tifa, you're gonna get us banned from Twitch.
I use the verb. Okay, detective, please get those squirrels out of your pants and try to be professional. Otherwise, I'll write you up on contempt so quick that something other than your heart will ache.
Okay, I got it.
I also love how Villero hasn't gotten to voice anything since this trial started.
I know, right? He gets just a total break.
Alright. Now, detective, tell us about the incident. Yes, sir. Right away. The victim was Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, a veteran on the police force. She was stabbed in the back with a knife and died from excessive blood loss. That much is already stated in the autopsy report. The court would like to hear more details about the incident itself. Yes, sir, I gotcha. Okay, let's take a look at the aerial map on the area here. This is a sketch of Dusky Bridge, an old suspension bridge. And the river that runs under there is Eagle River. The victim and the defendant met there on top of the bridge. After stabbing her in the back, the killer carried the victim back to his car.
Hey, it was my initials, dude.
I was thinking the same thing.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
KidVillero walks over to the car.
Yeah. Cold-blooded killer, but could still be a victim of the world, dude. Damn.
Mood.
He was recaptured at a police checkpoint as he was trying to make his getaway, sir. I see.
Dusky Bridge map added to the court record.
Was the victim's blood found on the bridge? The victim, Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, was wearing a thick coat, sir. Like, thick, 3 C's. Unfortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge. Mr. Edgeworth, I warn you that I absolutely despise conjecture. If there was no blood on the bridge, then you have no proof that they even met there.
Your Honor. If you would listen to the testimony we have prepared, I'm sure you'll be convinced. The two of them most certainly did meet on the bridge that day.
Wow, Mr. Edgeworth, your suit is loud. I'm not sure I like you wagging your finger at me as though I were some hoser. Who do you think you are, Von Karma? Detective, proceed with your testimony. Yes, sir.
Here we go, Mia. Hang on.
Okay, now, listen carefully, kitten. One little mistake and this guy will drink you for the morning tea. Trust me and get ready.
Summary of the incident.
On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Falls. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. The criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Falls was arrested at a police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain. Well, you certainly have established the importance of the bridge.
Naturally.
Yeah, with the defense, please hurry up and proceed with the cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination coming right up.
Hey, settle down there, kitten. If you keep trembling like that, you're gonna make me spill my coffee.
I'm not trembling. It's just cold in here.
The courtroom can be a cold battlefield, alright? Especially for a beginner.
I don't need you to worry about me. I mean, the defendant, the witness, everyone's a beginner in here.
You got me there. And maybe you should keep your claws out and show them what you've got, kitten.
Meow. It's okay, Mia.
Meow.
Calm down. Just remember those court procedure videos you stayed up all last night watching. I can't read.
It happened. You look so bored, Villero.
Hold on, I need to fix. This has been bugging me this whole time. I've just been waiting. Hold on.
Okay.
Let's rock
And
out.
we're... We good?
Oh my god, why is it doing this? Okay.
Everything all right?
Give me a moment. I'm just adjusting something real quick. Okay, this should work now. There we go.
Alright. Press the first statement.
Pressing. Hold it! This unknown person, you have no idea who it might be, right?
Sorry, but I'm afraid I do.
What?
The one who called Sergeant...
Am I getting...
Gumshoe. The one who called Sergeant Hawthorne was a defendant, Terry Falls.
I lost the voice.
It's
We're-
alright.
You've only been doing like
What?
all of the voices.
Yeah, it happens.
The defendant called her. Sergeant Hawthorne was a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about her phone call with Mr. Falls.
No.
Look at the back. A letter.
And I got this message from my parents.
Glad you got that.
Yeah, a top secret memo that she left on her desk.
Victim's note added to the court record.
According to this note, it seems the one who called her to the bridge was indeed the defendant, Terry Falls.
Whose bright idea was it to keep that note from me?
Looks like the judge is even more sure of his verdict now. Listen up. Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer.
It's that detective's fault. He's the one who said unknown person.
Hey now, you're a rock star. Don't make that face at me.
Get your game
Look at
on.
Mirror's gumshoe look like he's brighter.
It's the coat.
Oh, so yeah, he's wearing a different coat.
Like he's like his pigment is lighter, dude. It's bugging me. Like this man has never been in the sun before.
I think it's just in comparison
Probably.
with his jacket, because he usually wears a dark jacket.
Yeah, he usually wears that green jacket, and now he's just wearing this tan jacket.
Wearing a jacket that looks like frickin' Tristan Taylor's.
Oh god, she's still on the Yu-Gi-Oh binge, dude.
I'm sorry.
No apologizing.
I just said it that way because the prosecutor told me to.
Was that a trap? With that cute face, I didn't expect him to be so sneaky.
Is she macking?
Oof. Well, I'm glad you think I'm cute. Alright. Press statement 4. The criminal stuffed her body.
Like, can I try something really quickly just to see if it works?
What?
Go on.
Okay, so like I can't press Y. I've noticed this before. Right?
Okay.
Hold on. I don't know if this is gonna actually read my mic, but I'm gonna try it. It's gonna press it, right?
Yes.
Hold it!
Oh, it didn't work, dude.
Hold it! Mr. Falls had a car then.
Well, that bridge is way up in the mountains, ma'am. The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right? What? You mean the defendant drove his own car? No, of course not. It was stolen. Grand Theft Auto'd. GTA 5. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. Car thieves. I'm not sure how I feel about car thieves.
Is this guy sure about how he feels about anything?
No.
It's Canadian after all.
Ooh!
They're pretty nice people.
They are very nice people.
I'm not your buddy, guy.
I'm not your guy, pal.
I'm not your pal, friend.
I'm not your friend.
Oh.
I don't know how the rest of it goes.
It was like, I'm not your buddy guy, I'm not your guy friend, I'm not your friend. I have to watch South Park again. It was like buddy, friend, and guy.
Okay.
This is a photo of the stolen car's trunk.
Ooh, she got
And there's
stuffed.
a body. Naturally, that's the body of Valerie Hawthorne in there. Whoa, that doesn't look too comfortable.
Crime photo added to the court record. The victim. She was stabbed in the back, correct?
Yeah?
Huh. For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking
it.
about a woman here?
You can't tell from this photo, but the knife was stuck in her back nice and firm.
Bless you.
I'm hoping that was a sneeze.
Sure.
It wasn't a sneeze.
Oh god.
Oh, you.
Oh, me.
More like, oh, Mia.
Ah.
I'm not doing this. All right.
More like, oh, meow, because Armando keeps calling me a kitten.
It is what it is.
What is happening?
I don't know. Anyways,
The condition of the body when it was discovered is very important information. Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car? Here's a photo of the trunk, but I don't see anything strange, do you? Anyways,
Why is he asking that question in a statement?
I don't know, but there's a contradiction in there.
Well, that's not it.
as you don't see anything strange.
Is it this right here?
Nope.
Wait, what the fuck? I can't tell from the photo. It's too grayscale to me.
It's well, there's something missing from Valerie Hawthorne. But
Oh,
there's
I
a
know
little there's a little note, I believe.
Wait. Is this a present the note?
Well, there's something missing, and what's missing from Valerie?
So, presenting the note?
Well, read the note.
Wear white scarf for identification. Okay.
Where's her scarf?
Yeah, that's okay. So is it present the note or just like press the picture?
Oh, give him the note.
Okay, here's the note you gave me. Objection! Witness!
What is it? Do you have something to say, Miss Faye?
I'm sorry, I totally forgot what I was going to say. This is the first time I've ever had to actually address someone like that.
You should have practiced before coming to court. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this.
Say there, Logan. Want a piece of my coffee candy?
Candy?
Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee.
Ugh, come on, Mia, shake it off. Just shake it off. Shake it off. You're a lawyer. Oh, hi, Ditch. Nice to see you. Is this the same judge but younger? I think it's just straight up a different judge.
Did I misclick? I'm sorry.
Detective.
Yes, ma'am?
This photo. You said that there was nothing peculiar about it. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Well then, I suggest you take another look at the note written by the victim.
The note?
It very clearly says, wear white scarf for identification. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like. Thus, this special request.
I
have one very simple question for you, Detective. Where is the white scarf? I can't seem to find it in this photo.
Well, to be honest, we didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am.
And you stopped there. You should have looked for it.
Ah!
Oh.
The caller told her to wear it to identify herself, so I'd expect she did just that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this?
What do you and your loud suit have to say about this?
Oh wait, that is Van Karma's suit.
Yeah? Or something similar to it.
Very similar.
Oh, Lord.
I sighed. I see the defense is a little lacking.
Huh?
The scarf you are searching so desperately for, is it this one, perchance?
Ah! Edgeworth looking like he's raided Char
Ooh.
and Zabble's closet.
I
That was a comment that was made. I don't know what that means.
don't even know.
Char
Anyways,
and-
Where did you find that, sir?
on Dusky Bridge. I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation.
Oh, it's a Gundam reference. Okay. Sorry.
Ah,
You're good. Why? Why didn't you tell me?
I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel.
Okay, yeah, I see it.
It's the safest place I know. Huh. That hotshot sure has a flair for the dramatic.
Accurate.
It's not exactly white as the caller requested, but as you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for.
That's like a blue, dude.
That is blue.
It looks like it spent some time in the mud.
Not surprising, it was drizzling on the mountain that day.
Prosecutor Edgeworth. He was intentionally hiding that scarf the whole time.
The court will accept the scarf into evidence.
Scarf added to the court record.
Now, if the attorney for the defense is finished embarrassing herself, I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is alright with you, isn't it, Miss Faye?
Boy, would I like to wrap this scarf around his smarmy little neck.
Very good. Now, if we're done with this mud-covered scarf business, the prosecution moves to establish conclusively and with hard evidence that Miss Hawthorne and Mr. Falls did indeed meet on the bridge that day. Further, we will show exactly what occurred there.
That sounds quite promising. I can't wait to hear all about it.
Everything is
All
moving.
about it.
Billy says, boots, I can't do it.
Boots. Everything is moving at his whim.
Don't forget, kitten, there's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius.
A genius, huh? Events on Dusky Bridge.
Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows her wearing the scarf, sir. It was drizzling that day, unfortunately. It's a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. That must have been when the scarf fell off. Looking at this photo.
It makes me laugh.
Okay, Nickelback, you really get the sense that this bridge is very high up.
It is about a 40-feet drop from the bridge to the Eagle River down below.
Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway?
Let's just say that it was a well-intentioned third party.
Ah, potential witness. So why isn't this person in the courtroom? Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify.
The person in question is very delicate, Your Honor. Besides, as long as we have this photo, we see no reason to compel her to testify.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Witness's photo added to the court record.
So, as you can see, Terry Falls had both the motive and the opportunity. I think it's quite clear at this point what happened on that bridge.
Aha! The truth is becoming clear to me now.
Huh?
He's guilty.
That's not fair. I haven't even done my cross-examination yet. What do you mean, Events on Dusky Bridge.
Well, there's a contradiction on statement 4.
The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Which makes no sense with the picture, because they were looking at each other. Is that what we're going with here?
Not that photo. But it might be the other one.
What?
You know, well, look at the photo with Valerie Hawthorne in the trunk. If she was pushed down, why does she look so clean?
Oh, that okay. So we're presenting that photo.
Hit him with it.
Objection. So, at the time of the crime, there was a light drizzle coming down, correct?
Yeah, and fog too. Just a generally soggy atmosphere.
Well, I have evidence that doesn't go with the soggy atmosphere.
But this is a photo of the victim's body that was found in the car trunk.
Considering the conditions at the scene of the crime, something isn't right.
Well, by all means, please enlighten us as to what isn't right. What is it about this photo of the trunk that doesn't fit with the conditions that day?
Are we just clicking on her?
Skip. I would just say the coat.
Okay. Take that! Naturally, the answer is right here.
The victim's coat? As far as I can see, there is nothing strange about it.
That's exactly what's strange. Recall the testimony. What were the conditions on the bridge that day? It was drizzling and foggy. Dusky Bridge was all wet. If the victim really had fallen down on her stomach on top of the bridge, then the front of her coat should have been covered in mud.
That's exactly right. The other day, I fell on a muddy street and my gorgeous playoff beard was befouled. Objection. I do admit that the crime scene was quite wet that day.
Stop that.
Oh no, what happened?
However, nothing. However, that doesn't mean that the top of the bridge itself was muddy. If Your Honor had fallen in the shower instead of on a muddy street, his glorious hockey beard, pride of the legal league, would be wet but not muddy. Even I don't understand that. Fortunately, I have yet to test that. Still, your point is well taken. Can you prove that the surface of the bridge was muddy that day?
The surface of the bridge, huh?
A real man wouldn't stand for a taunt like this.
Neither would a real woman. Of course I can. Here is the evidence that proves the surface of the bridge was muddy. The scarf.
Okay.
Take that. The evidence is this scarf. It should be obvious. If the scarf fell onto the bridge and got this muddy, it means the bridge was obviously covered in mud.
No, I can't be outwitted by this novice bimbo.
Did you just fucking call her a bimbo?
Aunt Karma taught him well.
God damn! Hey, I like Ditch's reaction. Come over here and get your slap, Edgeworth. Whap!
Why don't you come make me?
Hey, same to you, buddy. Fuck.
Damn.
Whap!
Miss Faye's assertion makes perfect sense to me. Objection. I do admit that there appears to be a contradiction between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction?
Huh?
For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's look at what the explanation in this case may be, shall we?
All right. It's not like he's really giving me a choice here.
You're doing pretty good for a little kitten.
Meow. Mr. Armando?
No matter what he says, a contradiction always comes down to a lie. It's either the victim discovered in the trunk, the witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim, or the witness's testimony that stated she saw the moment of the murder. Just relax and think it over. It's pretty simple, isn't it? False evidence? It's one of those three.
Oh, Lou Zephyr, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to court. I hope you enjoy your time here. He's one of your viewers, right, Tifua?
Something like that. He's more of the Lost Teammates.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
What you said just now, I'm not sure I like that.
That wasn't me, Your Honor. That was the coffee aficionado over there that said it.
His court is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know.
Blame it on him, Your Honor. He's the one trying to slip false evidence into the court.
Ooh, the shade. Ooh.
But we won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as the flimsy scam it really is.
Yes. The false evidence in this case is the...
Well, can't be the body in the trunk. That
Don't
was
say
legit.
that's obvious. Now, when it says witness's testimony, is that talking about Gumshoe? I guess.
No, there's talking about the girl. Her. The person who took the photo.
Which we haven't even seen her yet.
No, we have not. We've seen the photo, and it's confirmed that those two did meet each other.
So we're gonna go with the testimony, especially because we haven't had it out here to cross-examine.
Sure, why not?
Yeet! It's a no-brainer. Obviously, it's the witness that's suspicious. During his earlier testimony, the detective pointed out a crucial fact. The criminal shoved the victim from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, is that testimony exactly what the witness claims to have seen?
Yeah, that's what the witness told us.
That testimony is filled with holes. Like the movie Holes. After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all.
Yes, Fiero?
What? Nothing. I haven't seen anything.
You were planning on it.
No, it wasn't.
Dude,
Continue.
I can see you right here.
Look, it's fine. Continue.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
I don't have anything to add. T4 just being T4, dude. I don't know. Just vibing.
I didn't say anything.
You said my name. What do you mean?
Something funny, or something.
Or something.
T4.
Uh-huh, sure, okay.
I feel bad. You haven't been able to say anything this whole trial.
I know, you just been vibing.
Is it all good?
Okay.
That's true.
It's not just true, it's the truth. If there was a truly decisive witness in this case, I'm certain that boy Wonder over there would have called them in the first place.
Your Honor, the defense requests to cross-examine the eyewitness. The testimony presented so far is not only vague, but contradictory as well.
You ready for this occasion?
Okay, I'll do my best.
Oh boy.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, it appears that we'll need to hear from your mystery witness after all.
You should brace yourself for the brutal truth.
Eh?
Your Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from the court. We are prepared to present our witness at any time.
Oh, your suit is loud.
I'm sorry for bringing it up.
No, that blooper is pretty funny.
Very well. Please bring forth your witness at this time.
What Mr. Edgeworth said kind of worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth?
Now, let's proceed with the testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, please go right ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. The prosecution summons the woman who saw the events that day with her very own eyes.
This is it, Mia. The battle begins here.
Witness, what is your name and occupation?
Was it Dahlia? Everyone is so silent that I can hear their hearts going doki doki.
Oh. When I look at you, how can I put it? You look as scrumptious as a double and a dozen donut holes.
I'm sorry. What?
A double and a dozen donuts.
How did I forget that line was a thing?
Man.
A double. Lol going cute.
So this guy's been to In-N-Out and Krispy Kreme, I guess.
So is he saying that he wants to eat her? Like, what the fuck is it? What?
He wants to eat her up. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, my brain is making the bad thoughts.
I feel like I just want to hurry up and hand down a verdict just to have a bite.
Oh god, dude, please.
Oh no. It's... Hey, not so fast, you creepy ass.
If it exists, it's on the internet somewhere.
I pray to God it doesn't.
Oh, hey, not so fast. Is he wrong though? He is wrong.
As I said before, this witness is very sensitive and delicate. I would ask the court to please exercise care when addressing her.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. You are a true gentleman. Miss Faye, you can learn a lot from this man.
If he's such a gentleman, he sure doesn't act like one to me. He called me a fucking bimbo. Sir?
Hey, yes, my dear.
This is my first time, so I'm sure I'll make a lot of mistakes. Oh god.
I told you, dude. It's getting worse.
God damn it.
Please stop this.
Anyway, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for all the trouble I might cause.
Not at all. It's no trouble at all.
Now then, may we please have your name and occupation? My name is, Melissa Foster. I'm a college student, a freshman in the literature department. I thought her name was
You were on
Dahlia.
the scene when... No, this is Melissa Foster. You were on the scene when the unfortunate event occurred, correct?
And you were the one who took this photo. Is that accurate? Ah! How can you be so mean?
Now, see here. What are you doing shoving that in her face like that?
I mean, I think that's what you wanted to do. Huh? But...
Oh God, stop, please. It's the worst.
I'm sorry. But it's just a photograph. Every time you see it makes you laugh. It's not like it's something dangerous.
Next time I'll be forced to penalize you.
Uh-oh.
I was not gonna say that.
I was say this
you
this
were.
man be
I
having
was planning on
so
it, but
many
no.
squirrels in his
know.
pants. So
I
many
know.
squirrels in the pants. Uh-oh, I don't like the turn this is taken. Huh? Is she staring at me? And you would be? Huh? I'm the defense attorney. My name is Mia Fey. I see. So you are...
Now then, young lady, could you please give us your testimony?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll do my best. The witness's photograph. I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Then, I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly, they just started fighting. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. And right after that, I called the police.
By the way, where were you standing when the incident occurred?
I believe the map would be of help here.
The map. I was standing right over here. I was standing in a beautiful field surrounded by tall cliffs. How could you see shit? Okay, whatever.
So you took the photo from that location, eh?
I brought the camera I was using at the time, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me to.
Oh, ho, ho, what a cute camera, just like its owner.
Bruh. Camera added to the court record.
All right then, Miss Fay, time for your cross-examination. But I warn you, make the witness cry again and you'll feel the wrath of my gavel.
And I'll pound them in their buttholes.
Statement 4, contradiction.
I would say that you didn't show the crucial moment like at all. Yeah, it's literally just them standing there. That's not the crucial moment.
Okay.
Is that what we're going with?
Sure, why not?
Yeet.
You were right.
Objection. Witness, when you said you took a photo of the crucial moment, is this what you meant? All I can see is this photo are two people facing each other. You testified that you saw the two of them starting to fight. Normally, that's the kind of thing we would refer to as a crucial moment. Why haven't you presented a photo like that? Well, you see...
The photo we presented was the only one there was.
But if you really wanted to capture the crucial moment, then what happened next? You must have taken a photo of it.
Stowe! My apologies, young lady. But Miss Faye's assertion is not without a certain amount of merit.
He can certainly downplay a situation, can he? I'm sorry. I'm a very bad girl. I used it all up. The film, I mean.
You ran out of film?
This photo was the last one. What?
Unfortunately, that is the truth. I personally examined all of the photographs she took that day.
And
All
everyone
the
made
other
you laugh.
photos- Stop that. All of the other photos are of the witness herself playing among the wildflowers.
The witness herself? Then who took the photos? Well, you see, my camera has a timer feature built into it. So you took photos of yourself?
I remember taking some photos of myself once too.
Oh no!
It's on my Only Beards account.
No! Please, no details.
It seems that Miss Faye's assertion was not so decisive after all.
Well, wait, just a minute.
Well, if she had no film left, she couldn't very well take more pictures, eh?
Hey.
Miss Foster, perhaps then you could tell us about a different sort of photo? Photos of the incidents that you took with your very own eyes?
Mr. Edgeworth, you're quite the poet.
Very well then, let's get back to the cross-examination. Let's hear your thoughts on the fight that you witnessed.
Yes, Mr. Judge. Boy, this guy is really a sucker for sweet talk.
Heh. It looks like the other kitten in the room is the one that's getting all the attention.
Yeah, it's sickening.
Oh. Discord froze.
Oh no.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers.
We know about that?
Then I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly they just started
About that?
fighting. The victim turned around and tried to run away. But
Did she though?
she only got about 10 yards before she was stabbed in the back. Is that a...
Did she? Can we look at Dusky Bridge again?
Where's the... Okay, there's the map.
So, she ran. Valerie turned around and tried to run away. How could she?
I would say there's not really anywhere to go.
That too, and yeah, she would have ran to her death.
Yeah.
Just hit him with that Dusky Bridge map.
Yeet. Objection. Witness, your testimony is a joke. What? I just...
Miss Faye, I thought I warned you not to make the witness cry.
One short testimony and two bad contradictions. There's no possible excuse.
You say there were two contradictions?
It's simple. Just take a look at the diagram of the area. According to her testimony, the two of them were in the middle of the bridge. But if they were, and the victim had turned around and tried to run, well, then...
She would have hit a dead end.
You said 10 yards, but she couldn't have ran even 5. Because Dusky Bridge is collapsed on that side. Ah!
What does all this mean?
It's very simple, Your Honor. This charming little witness told a charming little lie. That's all there is to it.
This beautiful young lady has been lying to the court?
Objection. Just a moment, Your Honor.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Your Honor, allow me to personally apologize for the confusion.
What do you mean?
There's one major mistake in this diagram.
What did you say?
What are you referring to?
It's all because this diagram was made after the incident occurred. It's a very old bridge. We couldn't find any official blueprints of it.
So you're saying...
I'm saying that even though this bridge is currently in disrepair, there's no evidence that can prove that the bridge was broken during the incident.
That's ridiculous.
You can't actually tell the condition of the bridge from this photo. I apologize to the court for not being more... frozen. Hold on. I apologize to the court for not being more clear when I presented the evidence. That guy is good.
Huh? What do you mean?
He planned it from the beginning. He's a genius, alright. That diagram of the bridge was his insurance policy.
What? That coward.
Well, Miss Faye, it seems you've once again made a reckless accusation.
Ugh. I'm so sorry. I should have been more careful myself.
No, it wasn't your fault at all.
Now then, shall we go on with the trial? I'd like to establish once and for all what it was that the witness actually saw.
Indeed. All right, young lady. May I ask you to please proceed with your testimony?
But it's so hard to go on.
We're all on your side, Miss Foster.
There's no need to worry. Just tell us what you saw.
Okay, Dawn. Yes, sir.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I get it.
What?
No need to worry. That's what she always fucking said in the anime.
Bruh. Don't you fucking
Is everyone-
disrespect Don like that, dude.
What you mean, DD?
No, I don't accept that. I've been quiet and I've been quiet for way too long. Listen here. You leave Don alone, okay?
She your waifu?
No, but like still though. Listen, Gen 4 is top tier. I don't want to let anybody fucking besmirch that, okay?
I wasn't
still say
expecting
Gen
you to
2.
get that heated.
It's because this individual in front of me grosses me out and I'm annoyed.
Fair enough. She grosses me out too.
Damn, what did Melissa Foster ever do to y'all?
Is it Dahlia? After
No, this is
What is
Melissa
she-
Foster.
Nobody goes somewhere and be like, I'm self-proclaimed fragile, dude. That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I'm gonna say I don't. I mean, yeah, especially like with that attitude, like it's so fucking fake. Like, okay, I call myself a soft girl, but like, still.
Nobody speaks like this constantly.
Exactly.
That's just weird, dude.
After he stabbed her
Alright,
in...
continue, sorry.
It's okay. I'm sorry for disrespecting Gen 4.
Thank you.
After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. Then he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw.
Witnessing such violence must have been difficult.
Yes, sir. I'm still shaken up. Oh, you fake bitch.
If he accepts this testimony as it is, we're finished.
Don't say that.
Too late. Oh well. Maybe I'll stop off at my favorite cafe on the way home. They make a really great mocha latte.
This trial isn't over yet.
That's what I like to hear.
God damn it.
All right, Miss Faye, your cross-examination, if you please.
The contradiction is staring you right in the face, Mia. Go on the attack.
Yep. Statement 3 has the contradiction.
Yeah, the whole putting it in the car was the only way to keep her hidden.
Yeah. So that's where you just give him the map.
Here is the map. Objection. A killer not wanting his victim to be found, I can understand that. However, the idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly odd. There was a much easier way to make sure the body wasn't found.
Well, what is it?
Take another look at the map of the area and you'll see how. There's a river right below the bridge. Earlier, Mr. Edgeworth pointed out something interesting about the river.
For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Katie. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered. Covered. Ah!
In the kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was carried away and never found. If 10 murders were to occur at that same spot above the Eagle River, you can bet your boots that every other killer would have tossed the body in the water.
Order! I'm not sure if I care for the way you put that, Miss Faye. But I must admit it does seem odd not to have thrown the body into the river.
Oh.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth? How sad. Perhaps Miss Faye would do well to try taking a dip in the river herself. After all, you claim to be such an expert in the ways of nature.
What are you talking about?
My point is that no matter how odd you may find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is that this is what the killer did. None of your arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw. Quite true. Miss Faye, it seems that your assertion is without merit after all.
Objection! But what the witness claims to have seen is totally ridiculous.
Objection! Surely you can't deny that the body was found in the trunk of the car. Bless you.
Thank you.
Salute.
That's certainly consistent with what the witness has told us.
Ugh.
Please, witness, go on with your testimony.
I'll try. I sneezed and now I put goo on my
Oh, yeah.
hands.
Ew.
Hand sanitizer.
Oh.
There's the voice actor of Doofenshmirtz, he made like a whole song. He was like, I went to get the mail and now I put goo on my hands, like talking about using hand sanitizer.
Oh.
That doesn't help. It still doesn't sound right.
Nope.
Yeah. Okay. Oh.
Her testimony's gonna bug me because I already know what this part is. I remember this part very, very vividly.
Uh-oh.
All you have to do is tell us only what you saw. Otherwise, the mean lady might yell at you again.
Who is he talking about?
You, forehead.
Oh, all right. I'll do my best. Oh, this is the same shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, keep going. That one.
I know. I was like,
The killer broke
Where
into
is
the
it?
trunk
Where's
of
the
the trunk of the stolen car.
How would she know that?
I know.
I want to say that because if she was standing where she said she was, she wouldn't be able to see that, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So is this presenting the map
The
again?
map or the map or
Let's
the
do it,
photo
Dora.
she took.
We got Diego right here. Come on, Dora. Let's do it. Hit him with the map.
It's the map! Objection! Well, Ms. Foster, it looks like you've done it this time. I accidentally skipped.
It was all in her imagination.
Done what? Made a crucial mistake.
Crucial mistake? Like what, Miss Faye?
The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. You're saying you saw that, right? With your very own eyes? Yes, and? It's simple, Ms. Foster. Take a look at the diagram. The place you claim to have taken the photo from that day is here. Do you see what I mean? Even if you tried to see the car, this outcropping of rock is directly in the way. That's right, Ms. Foster. From where you were standing, you could have not have possibly seen the killer's car.
Objection! I admit that the diagram shows a large outcropping of rock. Oh my god, a giant rock. However, it isn't...
It's a rock and
Glad
it's
you got it caught
giant.
on. However, it isn't so tall that it would stop her from seeing the car.
That's right. It's not high at all. It didn't even have the edibles. I was able to see his car just fine. I'm so sorry, but that just doesn't wash. I believe it was the witness who presented this as evidence to the court, yes? This is the location that the photo was taken from. Your own photo tells the whole story. You can clearly see the left side of the bridge, but the outcropping that is being referred to is really more like a cliff.
Ah!
Your view should have been completely cut off by this cliff. But still, you claim to have been able to see the killer's car. No!
Order in the court. What is the meaning of this ballyhoo?
Bollywood?
Objection. I don't know. Your Honor, don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The fact that the escapee fled in a stolen car was reported on the news. After witnessing a murder, I'm sure you can appreciate that the witness was very upset. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it.
Objection. But she was repeatedly warned before starting her testimony. She was told to testify only about what she saw with her very own eyes.
Oh.
Mr. Judge?
Yes, no, that's my mistake.
Mr. Judge?
What is it?
I think I must have remembered things wrong. Hold it! Hey, wait a minute. You can't just say that.
Objection.
Miss Faye, no one on the face of the planet is perfect.
Yes, indeed. Quite true. You know what they say. To err is human, to forgive, divine. I'm inclined to give the benefit of a doubt to our witness here.
What? That's not fair.
Save the tears for later, kitten.
Mr. Armando?
Don't look back until the trial is over. Now's the time to go forward.
But that wasn't fair.
Okay, kitten, you need to relax. Then you need to remember the other kitten's testimony.
The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there.
So tell us, how did you know that? How did you know that he broke into the trunk?
Aha!
Until you can explain how you knew that, you're going to have a lot of very suspicious people on this side of the courtroom.
Well, witness?
Oh, well, I'm certain that he broke into the trunk. Because there were marks left on the trunk lid. I'm certain they were scratch marks from when he broke into it.
What? Let me see that photo. It's true. There certainly looks like scratch marks around the keyhole. It's obvious that this trunk has been broken open. Well, Miss Faye, are you satisfied?
The judge is on her side. I can't make any mistakes here. What she just said, is there a contradiction in there somewhere?
Do you buy it or does it not work?
Well, that it was broken into?
And like I said, how would she know?
Right, how would she have even seen that? So, it doesn't work? Because how could
Sure.
she have even fucking seen that?
Or even known about that it was broken into?
Right. Melissa Foster. It looks like you finally betrayed yourself. What? You said you were in a field taking photos of wildflowers. But even so, you knew about the scratches. The question is when? When did you get a chance to see those scratches? Finally! I finally got her.
I'm getting pretty tired of waiting over here. And perhaps it would be faster if Miss Faye explained herself.
Your Honor, there's only one possible explanation. The reason the witness had seen the scratches was... she put the corpse in herself! Probably.
Sure, why not?
Yeet! There's only one way that the witness had the chance to see those scratches.
Yes, what is it?
Naturally, when she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in herself. The person who really hid the body of the trunk of that car was Melissa Foster. It was you that did it, wasn't it? That's ridiculous. I could never. It was the man in the prison garb. He's the one that... I don't think so, Ms. Foster. I like all the boy emotes going around.
You're welcome.
Well, Zephyr did it right after you.
I knew he would.
It's great. I love your emotes. If Mr. Falls had been the one that put the corpse in the trunk, He would have simply used the car key. There was no need to break it open. But he stole the car. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light, which means that the key would have still been in the ignition. Oh, I see.
Proper fresh out the kitchen.
I knew you were gonna do that.
Look, there's so many things that are being missed here, and it's bugging me so much.
And say something.
It's not my lines to say.
Who cares?
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
Rachel, what is the person that you're cross-examining's last name?
Foster?
There's so many good things with that. Come on. Ah,
I can think of one thing.
I could think of one. I could think of a few things actually. Like she's imagining, like never.
Yeah,
like
I knew you were going there.
Foster's home for imaginary friends.
She's fostering some hate. There's a lot of things there.
She's fostering the lies.
Probably works for foster farms.
Her testimony is as imaginary as the friends at her house.
Yikes. Doesn't need a sensu for that one.
Got him.
Oh, thank you for telling about the scratches, Ms. Foster. Without that, we would have never uncovered the truth. That it couldn't have been Mr. Falls that put the body in the trunk. No!
Objection!
You put the junk in the trunk, Miss Foster. That was not the reaction I was expecting. Holy shit.
I have no words.
But it's your line.
God damn it. I know. But I have to really think about that.
I'm sorry.
Never apologize for a joke, ever. Okay. Preposterous. To even suggest that the witness put the body in there. If that were true, then how do you explain the photo that she took? The corpse could only have been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. And we already know that at the time, she was taking photographs.
Trying to make people laugh. Now is your chance, Mia. Finish this thing. On the contrary, I'm not so certain about that anymore, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no need to think too deeply about it. What I'm saying is the shutter for this may have not been pushed by Ms. Foster herself, because there is a timer.
Yeah, that works.
Let's take that. Let's take another look at this camera and see what features it has, shall we? It has a timer built into it, even a mini tripod. Why? It's almost as if she had brought this camera just to take this picture.
Objection! What are you trying to say then, Miss Faye? That when the crime occurred, Miss Foster wasn't in the field as she claimed?
Well, if she really did use the camera's auto timer, then the answer is yes, she was somewhere else. Exactly. She was not in the field.
Appreciate it.
Oh. Would the defense please explain further? Listen, this is a crucial point. Where was Miss Foster when the incident occurred? In answering that question, we'll also make clear Miss Foster's true identity.
Well, then, please answer this question. Where was Melissa Foster when the incident on the bridge occurred? Nope.
Not straight up the killer?
I don't think she was the K. She wasn't the kid.
Was she the victim then? Or is she just hanging out by the car?
I think she was the Viero.
Okay.
Victim.
She's the Villero. Take that! Naturally, the witness was right here.
But that's where the victim, Miss Hawthorne, was standing. Order, order, order! Miss Faye, what on earth?
Your Honor, if I may. After parting with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car. But this would mean that there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it could only have been before the defendant met with the victim.
Objection. How asinine. Of course Mr. Falls met with the victim. The only person with the opportunity to have put the victim in the trunk is the same man that killed her, Terry Falls.
Objection. You still don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? By the time the witness's photo was taken, the victim was already dead. The person in the photo was not Valerie Hawthorne.
Objection. What? I've never heard anything more ridiculous in my entire life.
Well, that's because you haven't seen Phoenix again yet.
Good point. Then who exactly is the victim in this photo?
It's obvious, isn't it? It's your own witness.
What?
It's the only possible explanation. The woman that Mr. Falls met on the bridge was not Valerie Hawthorne. It was you, Melissa Foster. Me? What? No, exactly. Well, welcome to the stream, Dial Saster IDK. Hope you're enjoying your time. Let's remember that it was raining and foggy on the mountain that day. Mr. Falls himself believed that the woman in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne.
Objection. But the defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne very well. After all, she was the woman whose testimony helped get him convicted.
Objection. But since then, my client has spent 5 hard years in a federal penitentiary. He couldn't remember exactly what she looked like anymore.
You are just making this up as you go along. Where's your proof?
I've got it all right here. This piece of evidence will blow this case wide open. At the time of the incident, Mr. Falls had forgotten what Miss Valerie Hawthorne looked like because he asked her to wear a scarf as identification.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and that's the note. So, present.
Note or the scarf, either or.
Okay.
Same thing.
Take that. Mr. Falls had forgotten the victim's face. That's why he needed some piece of identification, namely this muddy scarf. It was Mr. Falls who requested that she wear the scarf to identify herself. That's already been proven by the note the victim left. In other words, as long as you were wearing a scarf like he asked, anyone could have pretended to be Valerie Hawthorne. Well, what do you have to say to that, Melissa Foster?
Ink.
Did she just fall on the floor?
Yep. Where's Miss Foster? She's collecting herself in the lobby.
Let's all go to the lobby. It's obvious that Melissa Foster did it. She hid the body in the trunk and disguised herself as a victim. Go jump off the floor. She set up a photo to snap. She set up the camera to snap a fake photo of them together.
The only question is, why did she do it?
Well, isn't that obvious? She's the real culprit.
Well, we'll have to wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before we start again.
She's making a new song.
Until then, I guess so. Until then, this court is in recess. The defense and the prosecution are instructed to wait in the lobby.
Yes, Your Honor. Let's all go to the lobby.
Understood. I'm not doing the jingle. Very, very well. This court is in recess.
Do 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 do. Save the progress. I'm down to power through this. I'm down to power through this if you guys are.
Yeah, I am.
Are you good,
You need a
Villero?
break, or are you good?
How are you?
Hello?
How are you feeling, Villero?
Can you hear me? Am I still muted?
I can hear you.
Okay.
I can now.
That's fine. I'm good.
Okay, let's keep going.
Might as well finish it off, right?
Yee. Alright, February 16th, 1:14 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 4. Mr. Falls,
Ugh.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
I want to say thanks. You're real good. You real hooked me up.
Thanks, we're almost there. Once I prove that she committed the crime... No one fam should have all that power, right?
Yeah, but there's one more big obstacle we gotta get past.
Obstacle.
Yeah, motive. Why would Melissa Foster kill that policewoman anyway?
Motive, huh?
Anyway, we're still badly in need of information.
Information. Right.
What we need the most is info about this Melissa Foster herself. All we know is that she's a student studying literature. And one more thing.
What is it?
Well, the incident that happened 5 years ago, of course. The kidnapping murder case that Zebra Boy is on death row for.
I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lie.
Mr. Falls, in that case, tell us more about it. About what happened 5 years ago.
Okay. I trust you. My day, 5 years ago. I dream of it. Every day.
Every day.
I'm hustling. In this picture, it reminds me of everything. Bridge looks the same, just like then, 5 years ago. Like it could fall apart any minute.
So it's been broken like that for at least 5 years.
Wait, hold on. There you go.
What just happened?
Yeah, what happened?
Timed out, Brandon.
Why did he get timed out?
Why?
For being a...
All I just saw was, hey, look, it's Chismeister, and it's just like, bye. All right. Oh, okay, sorry. Heh, sorry, buddy, but you sound like the one that could fall apart at any minute.
It's true. I did. Uh, I did nab her 5 years ago. I nabbed her. My sunshine. Dahlia Hawthorne.
Your girlfriend? How? Huh?
Hey, hold on there. Did you say Hawthorne?
The victim's last name.
Dahlia Hawthorne. Valerie's little sister.
What? Are you serious? The girl, let her go.
Shut up. Come closer, and I'll kill her.
Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. The detective back then was Valerie Hawthorne. At first I thought shooting someone for a kidnapping was crossing the line, but if it was to protect her little sister, I can understand why she did it.
Wrong. No protect sister. Valerie betrayed me. Betrayed us.
What do you mean she betrayed you?
Everything. All lies. All make-believe. Kidnapping. Too.
A make-believe kidnapping?
Darling. My love. My name Angel.
Did he actually say, my teen angel? He's seen one too many soap operas.
I do anything she says. Anything Darling says.
Anything Dahlia says. Hold on a minute. What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by...
Yeah. Me and Dahlia. And Valerie too.
Valerie was in on it?
Dahlia family. Rich. Jewelry business. We get one jewel. What we thought. Me and Dahlia wrote kidnap note. We sent to her dad. Asked for $2 million diamond. Tell him make exchange on Dusk Bridge. The Thankus Bridge. We tell him Valerie make transfer cause she's new detective.
Having a police detective in your pocket is a useful thing, alright. In the end, you were planning on splitting the 2 million 3 ways, huh?
Yeah, but that woman. That woman, Valerie. She do it for real. She shot me for real. Me and Dahlia
Bang.
got blapped.
Plank it.
Yeet.
I was shot in the arm. Oh, Dahlia, she yeeted into the river.
Jump. You don't mean she jumped on purpose, do you?
I couldn't do it. I could never push it. Anyway, I blacked out. Wake up with police all over.
And that's when they decided to give you the death sentence.
I couldn't believe it. That woman, she betrayed me.
That man, Terry Falls, he killed her. He threw her off the bridge. He threw my beloved sister into the roaring river 40 feet below.
These 5 years, all I wonder is why? Why? Why did she lie? That's all I want to know.
Tell him why.
So that's why you called her. You wanted to hear the truth from Valerie herself.
Yes, but I forgot what she looks like, so I tell her to wear a scarf. I don't want to hurt her. Just ask why. Why'd you lie? Why'd you betray me? I just want to hear the answers that come from her mouth. That's all.
So that's why. That's why you made a crazy escape like that.
Just one thing, Zebra Boy. My senses are tingling all over. Tell me, Mr. Falls, where is it?
Wait, he's Spider-Man?
Sure, why not?
He's wearing red.
You can be Miles Morales.
Brainless mistake, sure. Write out something funny. Huh? Where's that?
Come on now, kitten. The ransom. The $2 million diamond. Remember that now? Did you give it back to Pops? Did the police take it?
I don't know.
Oh, I've got a wall of text. Hang on. Imagine liking someone who will probably never like you back, but you are so attracted, you still liked them, and your friend ended up asking them out for you when you never wanted them to, and they rejected you. And now every time you talk to your crush, you feel like you're breaking on the inside because you still have feelings for them. That really sucks.
So every tier 3 sub.
Damn.
Wow. Okay. I'm sorry. Funny joke. I guess. I hope that's not what happened to you, because that sounds hurt. And if you are dealing with that, I'm sorry. Story of my life. I'm sorry. Huh? You don't know?
No, really. I don't know. It's gone. Dahlia.
With Dahlia.
That day on the bridge. Dahlia put it in backpack.
Oh.
Now gone with Dahlia. Gone forever. Into Eagle River.
Okay. It disappeared with Dahlia, huh? Wait a minute.
Oh, I am.
You can come back in now. We're about ready to go.
Mr. Falls, just one more question. When you said with Dahlia, do you mean the diamond is still missing? Along with the body of Dahlia Hawthorne?
Never found it. My sweet Dahlia.
They never found her.
Swallowed by a river. Gone. Dahlia.
Your teen angel. How old was she anyway?
I'm not. No.
Aww.
Young, apparently. No.
Hang on.
Oh, it was 5 years ago.
Oh no! Oh no, and that was 5 years ago. He would have been 20. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh. 14? I guess you were robbing cradles before diamonds.
Oh, please.
She plans a fake kidnapping and disappears into the river with the rock worth $2 million. Man, oh man, angels these days.
Thanks for doing better with advice and stuff than I was doing, Lou. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Well, what are you doing?
Just replying to
apparently-
that giant wall of text. Oh,
Oh, no, not you.
not me,
Hold
sorry.
on.
We both have our own chats we're talking to.
Yeah, I should have muted. Alright, continue. I'll talk during the whole...
Okay, fair enough. Falls takes the fall and gets a one-way ticket to death row. Is Dahlia Hawthorne an angel, or is she really is she your angle or your devil?
It's time, kid. It looks like we have a few more aces up our sleeve now.
You bet. Diamond added to the court record.
Training wheels come off now, Mia. You've got to strike while the iron's hot.
Strike
That's one of
while
my
the iron's
rules.
hot.
Remember it.
February 16th, 1:49 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Okay, I'm muted on their end, but I just kind of want to throw out there
Give me a
that
second.
it's okay to hurt
Now
from
then, let's continue with
not
the trial of Mr. Terry
having
Falls.
the exact
Witness,
sort
are
of
you
things.
feeling better?
It's okay to hurt from some of that stuff, but it doesn't necessarily need to be your be-all, end-all. Try to be comfortable with yourself, and who you are, and a lot of the other stuff will come.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll try my best.
You're a brave young lady.
Not this again.
I can understand a defense lawyer wanting to get her client off the hook. However, to try and pin the crime on an innocent student is...
What are you talking about?
My witness is not the person on trial here. She's an innocent bystander who witnessed a violent crime. That's all. What possible reason would a girl like this have for murdering a policewoman?
It's certainly hard to imagine this woman as a murderer.
Her motive, huh? I figured that's what I had to establish next.
Well, Miss Faye, do you have any evidence of a hiccups. Motive?
Yes, of course, I think.
You're still acting as tame as a kitten.
Mr. Armando.
Listen, a lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets.
Sound familiar?
Yeah, that's her catchphrase.
But that's his catchphrase.
It's their catchphrase.
Is this the beginnings
No,
of a
it's
ship?
everybody's catchphrase.
Beginning of a ship? Probably.
Diego
Smiling.
Armando.
Smiling on the outside while your guts are twisted in knots is the mark of a pro.
Maybe so, but I wish you would quit grinning at me like that.
Excuse me. May I speak, Mr. Judge?
Armando, god damn it.
Of course! Mr. Judge is ready anytime you like.
I hate that he calls himself Mr. Judge.
Our
He's ready anytime
Mando.
you like.
God damn it.
I'd like to say something. Some people here are suspicious of me, right? That's why I at least wanted you, Mr. Judge, to know that it's not true.
I see. There's no way you could have vented. You're such an honest and upstanding young lady.
It looks like this witness is a real professional.
What do you mean?
Look at that 100-watt smile. It's when things are darkest for her. Click! She lights right up.
Very well then, let's hear what the witness has to say.
Melissa Foster's history.
I was out of the country until the year before last. Until I entered college, I'd never been to Eagle Mountain before. And I certainly don't have any reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. Holding a grudge and killing the officer who testified against you 5 years ago. Or kidnapping a poor girl. I just think the defendant is a terrible, horrible monster.
Foster kinda sus, you right. She's sus as hell.
Fuck you too.
Out of the country, eh?
Precisely. Furthermore, she has no possible motive for committing murder.
Indeed.
Can't get over that fucking face.
You're up to bat, kitten. Sharpen those claws and put on your best smile.
Wow. You bet. Somehow, I have to tie her to this case. Melissa Foster's history.
Court statement, let's press it.
Holding a grudge and killing the officer who testified against you. Oh!
Yeah,
Got it.
we're gonna press that.
Hold it. A grudge.
Well, the policewoman's testimony was crucial, wasn't it? Crucial in getting the defendant sentenced to death.
Yes, and that's precisely why he harbored such deep anger against her. So much anger that he forgot his own guilt.
Objection. My client has always maintained that he's innocent of those charges.
He seems rather forgetful. Your client, I mean.
Ugh.
Not only did he forget about what he did, but he forgot the poor policewoman as well.
What do you mean by that?
Your client.
What the fuck?
He forgot what the detective looked like, right? It's too bad for her that he didn't forget about her testimony as well.
Well, she's right about that. Mr. Falls is kind of forgetful. We always press
that
harder.
statement harder.
You said he forgot what the detective looked like. What do you mean by that?
Well, he couldn't tell who she was without some kind of identification, right?
Hello?
Hello?
Uh-oh. Oh, there you are.
Oh my god, you're back. Okay, without some kind of what?
Well, he couldn't tell who she was without some kind of identification, right?
Quite right. That's why the victim was wearing a scarf as identification.
Why, if I had been wearing a white scarf that day, then he probably would have tried to kill me.
That's true. He's clearly a bitter man.
This is bad. Mr. Falls' reputation just keeps getting worse and worse. Sometimes it's best not to poke too deep. What should I do with that last statement?
I think this is one of those where you have to add it.
Yeah, we gotta add that shit. Your Honor, what the witness said now was tremendously important. I'd like it added to the official testimony.
The prosecution has no objection. After all, the defendant is a killer and a mentally unbalanced one at that. That testimony only helps to further prove that point.
It's in balance here. It's fucking Edward coat, dude.
No, that's not why I...
Enough. Witness if you would.
My pleasure, Mr. Judge. I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf.
Uh-huh.
Wait, what?
Oh, think about this. A white scarf. How would she have known about that the scarf needed to be white?
Ooh, okay. So, do we present her with the note then? Like, how did you know about this?
I would go with the scarf.
Okay, so present the scarf like... Okay. Objection. Witness, I want you to look at this photo you took. It's hard to see in the photo, but look at the scarf the victim wore as identification.
You're talking about this scarf right here, eh?
Yes, that's it. The scarf the policewoman was wearing.
I've got her now, just don't mess up. But that's strange. In your testimony, you stated the following.
I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf.
White?
This is the scarf you identified as belonging to the victim. But it certainly doesn't look white to me.
Oh,
Objection.
Oh, it was foggy that day, and it was raining as well. It's not surprising that she mistook it for white.
Objection. Sorry, but not this time. The witness just confirmed that this was the victim's scarf.
Yes, but what's the significance? It's true that the scarf doesn't look white, but...
There's only one explanation for this mix-up. The reason why the witness thought the scarf was white is that she knows about the note.
Sure.
Take that. Witness, have you ever seen this note?
no, no, never.
It's top secret It's top secret evidence. There's no reason that you would have.
I wonder about that.
Oh, what do you mean?
This note shows Mr. Fall's instructions to the victim regarding the meeting. It says, "Wear white scarf for identification."
Right. Scarf.
Gah!
Witness, you knew what this note said. And it's because you knew that you slipped up and mistakenly said,
White scarf.
"Well, Ms. Foster?"
No!
Order, order, order! Mr. Edgeworth, I'm waiting for an explanation.
And I'm waiting for my order.
I'm quite sure this note wasn't leaked to the public.
And yet, this witness knew exactly what the note said. At the time of the murder, the number of people that knew were quite limited. Terry Falls is one. The person who wrote the note, Valerie Hawthorne, is another. And finally, one more person.
Did you say... one more person?
That's right. A person that no one would have suspected. Have you figured it out, kitten?
Yup. The third person that knew the contents of the note was... I guess Melissa now.
No.
What
That's
was
what shouldn't have known.
was
But
it?
Dahlia might have.
Okay, so we're eating Dahlia. Got it. Take that.
Dead Dahlia.
And that person is Dahlia Hawthorne.
Dahlia Hawthorne? I've never heard that name before.
Look at the victim's note. This is what it says. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time. There's her name, right there.
What's this? So, who is this person? This Dahlia Hawthorne?
Miss Faye must be desperate if she's trying to bring the dead back to life.
The dead?
Dahlia Hawthorne was the victim's deceased younger sister. She was killed in a crime 5 years ago.
Killed in a crime? You don't mean...
Yes, she was kidnapped and killed by Terry Falls.
Objection. You said she was killed, but was she really?
Honey, the fuck? What are you implying?
M. Night Shyamalan type twist, pretty much. Of course, people thought she had died 5 years ago, when she fell off Dusky Bridge and was lost in the Eagle River. However, her corpse was never found.
Objection. She was declared legally dead 5 years ago. As far as the law is concerned, Dahlia Hawthorne is officially dead.
Objection! But the fact remains that her body was never recovered. Dahlia Hawthorne was 14 years old 5 years ago. If she were still alive, she would be 19 now. Melissa Foster, I believe that's the same age you are.
Objection! Even you couldn't. Miss Faye, you're not saying.
But I am. That's precisely what I'm saying. This witness before us is the girl that was kidnapped and killed 5 years ago. This girl is in fact Ms. Dahlia Hawthorne.
What? Nice work. It's like tossing a grenade into a 3-alarm fire. Unless you can tie all the loose ends together. You're nothing but a hit-and-run arsonist.
I understand. If I can expose her true nature, I can turn this whole case on its head. Now is my chance to make Mr. Edgeworth squirm.
Goodness, just who are you anyway?
I'm...
I didn't think it'd come to this. That's enough. You don't have to say any more, witness.
Yes, I understand.
What? Mr. Edgeworth, explain yourself. Your Honor, I have an admission to make. I honestly never thought the defense would pursue the matter this far. You don't mean... Yes, the prosecutor's office isn't filled with fools, you know. Besides that one named Payne. But naturally, we conduct full background checks on all of our witnesses.
What did he say?
It looks like the kid knew. He knew her true identity from the get-go.
No way, but then why?
If he hadn't revealed her secret, he wasn't going to say anything about it. All he wanted was her testimony, so he made a little trade. Let me introduce you to the victim's younger sister, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. But I thought she died 5 years ago. I thought so as well, but, well, as you can see...
Why? Why did she hide her identity for 5 years?
That has nothing to do with the current case. She was merely an accidental witness to a crime.
Objection! Accidental? I don't believe that for a minute. For the last 5 years, she's been playing the role of the victim. And now we find her acting suspiciously at the scene of another murder.
Objection! Really, Miss Faye, your strategy is clearly obvious. You're trying to pin your client's crime on an innocent witness in order to win. At any cost.
How dare you?
Please, let us take a moment to think. 5 years ago, this girl was kidnapped and nearly killed. It's even worse than that. 5 years later, Dahlia Hawthorne lost something much more precious, her big sister. Miss Faye must be insane to even suggest that she murdered her.
What?
I'm inclined to agree with the prosecutor's logic. Miss Faye, do you have any evidence to back up your assertion? What possible reason would this witness have for killing her beloved sister?
Well, you see, I thought I was winning, but somehow he's turned it around on me.
I think you need a little push in the right direction, kitten. The defense is prepared to present evidence supporting our claim.
Ooh. That wasn't me. It was this guy, this crazy coffee addict.
Objection! I think we've heard enough empty threats from you, old man. Heh. What makes you think they're empty, boy?
Ooh.
Because your protege looks like she's sweating bullets.
I am sweating bullets.
You think you're in a tough spot, huh?
Of course, aren't I?
No. You've just arrived at the moment of truth, that's all. Whether you win or lose, that's up to you.
Up to me.
The rashness of youth, how charming.
This coming from someone younger than me.
Now then, let's not waste any more time. Miss Faye, what motive would this witness have for murdering her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne?
Is it the diamond?
No.
Okay.
Remember, she got away with the diamond.
Yeah, she did.
Hold on.
Terry?
Oh, it's not a person.
It's not a person, it's the thing.
It's something smaller than that. Oh. Can we read the note again?
The whole truth must come out.
If that's the case, pretty much. Doesn't that feel like Valerie was going to tell the truth about the entire kidnapping?
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, the note.
Sure.
Yeet. Take that. The story starts after Tyree Falls escaped. He called to Valerie and told her he wanted to meet. This is the note she left. It says, "Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out." Valerie Hawthorne gave Dahlia a warning. She told her she was going to reveal the world the whole truth.
The whole truth?
There was a dangerously important secret between Valerie and Dahlia. That's the reason Dahlia felt she had to kill Valerie, to keep her mouth shut permanently.
Objection. A terrific story, Miss Faye. If you like fiction, that is. Enlighten the court, Miss Faye. What was the secret that was so important? Where's your evidence? Dahlia and Valerie Hawthorne and Terry Falls. There's only one important secret that connects them all.
Oh, yes. I know the secret. Your Honor, the defense would like to request further testimony.
What testimony?
Regarding the kidnapping 5 years ago, we believe it will explain a lot of things, such as the nature of the important secret between the Hawthorne sisters.
Very well, I'll grant your request for further testimony. I know it will be painful for you, but can enlighten us once more, my little maple leaf?
Yes, I'll try,
I don't know
Mr.
what's worse.
Judge.
I don't know what's worse, the maple leaf or that bad grammar.
I'm sure it's a maple leaf and not a weed leaf.
Oh, Lord.
I smoke weed every day.
Putting all the old charm one more time, Dahlia? But this will be the last time you hide behind your womanly wiles. Oh, yeah, I'll see you later, Zephyr. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I was kidnapped by Mr. Falls. Yeah, sweet dreams, Zephyr. See you later.
The ransom price was a raw diamond. My sister Valerie brought it to the bridge. After she made the exchange, she shot Mr. Falls in the arm. That's when Mr. Falls tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind. I survived, but I was afraid I might be kidnapped again for my family's money. So I decided to change my identity and start a new life. What?
The kidnapping left her emotionally scarred. With her sister's help, she left the Hawthorne family and started all over again. And we're to believe after that, all that she murdered her sister? Preposterous. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Miss Faye?
Ditch, I completely agree with you there.
Yes, Your Honor.
As you've heard, the witness is still traumatized from the kidnapping. I'll ask you again to be extremely gentle in your cross-examination.
Mr. Edgeworth got the jump on me again.
If we're not allowed to fight, then let's twist some arms. Listen up. You've still got that info, that ace up our sleeve.
What info?
Come on, kitten. Don't say you've forgotten already. The fact that the kidnapping 5 years ago was staged.
That's right, it was a fake kidnapping. Terry Falls told us that in the lobby. 2 a.m. my mother caught me watching Twitch. Big yikes. Oh, I'm sorry.
Rip.
Rip.
Dude.
Valero.
Oh shit, I'm bad. I forgot that was my line. Holy crap.
Yeah, you finally have something to say.
I do anything she says. Anything Dolly says.
Well, you're saying that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by...
Me and Dolly. Dollar do.
Yes, that's it. The fake kidnapping is your best shot, Mia. That's her secret. Cross-examine this shit.
Statement 4, contradiction.
That's when Mr. Falls tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind.
But that makes no sense.
Is it just press or
It's a
represent?
We're presenting. Let's think about this. Since it was confirmed that Dahlia was there, not Valerie, and if Dahlia was to get pushed, where would she end up?
If he just pushed her from behind, then she would have just gone farther onto the bridge, not the river, right? That's what this is implying?
Like she would have fell into the rocks and people would have found her body.
So are we presenting the map again?
Sure.
Okay. How are you? I'm doing okay. This case is kind of blowing my mind. Objection! You say that Mr. Falls pushed you into the Eagle River. However, that's hard to believe.
But it's true. I felt a push on my back. I'm certain of it. It was Mr. Falls.
I'm sorry. I guess I wasn't clear enough. I shouldn't have said that's hard to believe. I should have said that's impossible.
Impossible? Bacana!
I asked that the court recall the condition of Dusky Bridge now and 5 years ago. That bridge hasn't changed one bit in these last 5 years. If someone had pushed you from behind, as you have claimed, instead of being carried away by the river, you would have been smashed by the bedrock below. Almost certain death. Do you understand now, Dahlia Hawthorne? The very notion that my client pushed you from behind is impossible.
Objection! Your Honor, this event occurred 5 years ago. Why, for all we know, the water level in the river may have been higher back then.
Objection. But it's 40 feet from the bridge to the river. A small change in the water level wouldn't have made a difference.
I feel like it's the impeachment, dude, all over again.
Oh no. Oh no.
You really went there.
Well, it's true though. It's like bullshit reasons, like to try to cover up. I'm like, ah, shit, dude, the water level might have been a little bit high. Ah, shit, dude, why do the dams get to do islands but we can't? Type of like, what the fuck?
Me too. What about me?
Oh no. Big tech is censoring them.
Even though they have
The
every
biggest
type
platform
of media source
ever.
to go to on TV,
Uh-huh.
a whole network to go on to. Oh my god.
Several
dude.
networks. Several networks.
Look, they're just zip ties, okay? Everybody has zip ties.
You know what? Somebody made a good point in a server I was in earlier. So, do you guys know about AO3?
I know
Yeah.
AOC.
Okay, AO3 is Archive of Our Own. It's a fan fiction website, and they specifically made their own website because other platforms were like deleting their stuff. So they specifically own the server so that they can have whatever the hell they want there. And the difference between that and something like Parler is Parler was being hosted by another company, specifically Amazon at the time. Amazon has the right to pull the plug. If they really want to be able to be free from big tech, they need to own their own damn servers. But no, they're boomers, so they're entitled.
Oh. Oh. Oh, it's my line. Okay.
Yep.
You're right. If the events occur just as the witnesses testified, then the defendant couldn't have pushed the witness into the river. Young lady, what is the meaning of this?
You see,
Objection. Just a moment, Your Honor. It's true that the witness testified that the defendant pushed her into the river. However, she never stated that she fell from the back end of the bridge.
What do you mean?
After being shot in the arm, it's plausible that Mr. Falls panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. If that's true, she would have fallen into the river.
Well, Miss Hawthorne, is Mr. Edgeworth's explanation correct?
now that you mention it, I do remember now when I fell off the bridge. My skirt got caught on one of the bridge's side wires.
You can't be serious.
What's that even mean, though? What? Let's do with anything.
Order in the court.
Oh my god.
It seems Miss Faye's assault has finally reached its conclusion.
Objection. Not now, Mia. This is no time to retreat. Unfortunately for you, this is just the start of Ms. Faye's assault.
What?
I believe your reasoning went something like this, Mr. Edgeworth. After being shot in the arm, it's plausible that Mr. Fox panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. However, once again, I'm forced to say that's impossible.
Ridiculous. What's so impossible about it?
Because your flawed logic contradicts the court record.
Oh shit, the autopsy report updated. Sorry, never mind. Different meme.
So, so it's pretty much saying like Dahlia like pushed. I don't see that being possible because thanks to a certain someone's photo.
Hang on.
She would have been bopped. Is that what you're saying?
Okay, yeah, it's
And
too.
she would have
It's,
been bopped.
yeah, it's too tall.
The level of the wires on that bridge is too damn high.
So we're gonna present him with the
7.8. Too much rope, dude.
Yep, go for it.
Yeet. Take that.
Alright.
Your Honor, all of the answers are right here in this photograph. Take a look at the wires supporting both sides of the bridge. They extend up to about 5 feet off the ground. It would be impossible to push someone off from there. No!
Objection. Let's remember the size and strength of the defendant. Wires like this wouldn't be a problem for him. Could have easily picked up a 14-year-old girl and thrown her over.
But that's not what the testimony said. Objection. So young and already so forgetful, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Falls had been shot in the right arm. And more importantly, Valerie Hawthorne had her gun trained on him at point-blank range. So, Mr. Falls throwing the witness off the bridge, that is clearly impossible.
Order, order! What is the meaning of this?
Dahlia Hawthorne, you jumped into the Eagle River intentionally.
What? Nani the fuck?
Objection. Indeed. What do you mean by such a ridiculous remark?
Yes, it's ridiculous. My sister was there to help me. She had her gun and handcuffs. She could have saved me. Jumping into a raging river like that would have been suicide.
Objection. Perhaps. But still, that's exactly what you did. You were probably confident that you could handle the swift current. But even more so, the witness has a much more compelling reason for jumping into the river.
Objection. Oh, then what was it? What was so important that she wanted to jump into the river?
The witness is still alive. This fact alone explains everything. This is why she risked her life by jumping into the rapids of the Eagle River. Now we hit him with the
Now let
diamond?
me ask you.
Sure, why not?
But now let me ask you this: would you jump into a river from atop a bridge for $2 million?
If it was water, maybe.
TFUA?
I don't know. I'm not really a strong swimmer.
But like, would you intentionally just yeet yourself for $2 million from that high of a lane? With lane? Yeah.
Probably not.
All right. Present it.
Present. Take that. 5 years ago, something else disappeared along with Dahlia that day. The item that Valerie brought up the mountain with her, the $2 million diamond.
Ah! No, it can't be.
Yes, Dahlia had it all planned from the beginning. The $2 million. She was going to keep it all for herself. She forced Mr. Falls to help her fake the kidnapping. Bang. At the last minute, she betrayed him and threw herself into the river, with the ransom tucked away safely in her backpack.
Why, that's simply ridiculous! Order! Objection! Your Honor, 5 years ago, the witness was only 14 years old. Do you really think a 14-year-old is capable of such a demonic plan?
Yes. This woman is a demon. And there was one more person who helped make a demon out of her. Her sister, Valerie Hawthorne.
You mean the victim was involved in the kidnapping plot as well? Objection! But she was a detective then. You're saying she participated in her sister's kidnapping?
Precisely. I'm sure that it weighed heavily on her conscience for the past 5 years. This is the sole reason behind the victim's murder.
What do you mean by that?
On the day of the murder, after receiving the phone call from Mr. Falls, Valerie called her sister, Dahlia. Then she told her what she was planning to do.
Planning to do? She was going to tell the whole truth as she wrote in her notes.
That is what sealed Valerie Hawthorne's fate. That is when you hatched your demonic plan to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. A plan that would ensure neither of your accomplices to the kidnapping would talk. And that is why you killed your sister, Valerie Hawthorne. These faces, though.
Who is that laughing at a time like this?
Forgive me. It's just hilarious.
Witness? Is that you?
You amuse me, woman, Ms. Mia Fey. You can certainly weave an exciting tale. Naturally. You have the evidence to back it up, don't you? Evidence? Evidence that I planned the kidnapping, of course. That at 14, I plotted it with Mr. Falls and my sister. Well, And one more thing. What happened to the $2 million diamond? If you can't provide evidence to at least show that.
Well, Miss Fey.
I don't know. What a joke. You, Ms. Fey. Are you stupid or something? Ugh. How can I prove a fake kidnapping that happened 5 years ago? I don't even have decisive proof of Valerie Hawthorne's murder.
Well, it seems that we've come to the end. To be honest, the witness's behavior does raise certain suspicions. However, I am forced to reject the assertions made by the defense.
Of course you are. Is this it? Is it really over? The girl's made a fool of me and there's nothing I can do about it.
Without evidence, the trial is over? Who decided that?
Mr. Armando.
You want to say something, Villero?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Come on now, kitten. Haven't you figured out that you can make your own rules? For example, even if there's no evidence, there's still testimony.
Testimony?
On the day in question, Dahlia Hawthorne murdered her sister Valerie Hawthorne. She hid her body in the trunk of Mr. Falls' stolen car and then went to meet with him. Disguised as her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. That's what you think, right?
Yes, that's right.
In that case, there's only one answer, right? There's only one person left who can testify about Valerie Hawthorne's murder.
Since there's no proof, there's only one thing left to do. Who is the one person who can testify to that demon woman's crimes? The defendant? Terry?
He's the only one that can testify unless we're gonna try to get Gumshoe back in here.
I mean, low-key, yeah, but yeah, Terry. Take that. Your Honor, the defense wishes to call a new witness.
New witness?
Yes, we would like to hear the testimony of Terry Falls.
The defendant?
There's only one person that can shed any further light on the situation. Only one person that knows what Dahlia's role in the kidnapping was. Only one person that can say whether the person in the photo is Valerie Hawthorne, or whether what it was in fact her younger sister Dahlia disguised as her. There's only one person who can solve this riddle once and for all, and that person is Terry Falls.
Oh boy.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what is your take on this?
Why not? The prosecution has no objection.
Very well. Bailiff, bring the defendant to the witness stand.
This is my last
Oh,
chance,
boy.
Mr. Falls. My last chance to establish Dahlia's guilt. You're all I have left.
You know what's about to happen, right, Vieira?
Okay. Defendant, you've heard everything that's been said up to this point, yes?
I don't believe it. No way. Dahlia died 5 years ago. Valerie betrayed me.
Mr. Falls, I don't know what she said to you 5 years ago, but one thing is clear. Dahlia is very much alive, and you were used for $2 million.
That's not true.
Mr. Falls, there's only one question I want the answer to. 2 days ago on Dusky Bridge, who did you meet? Was it Valerie Hawthorne or was it Dahlia Hawthorne?
Dahlia, did you betray me? 5 years ago, she promised never, ever betray each other.
Terry,
Dahlia, it's true. You are alive.
you don't trust me anymore? That makes me sad.
Tell the truth, the real truth. I believed in you.
I shouldn't need to say it. You should already know.
Mm,
But there is one thing I will say. My life is in your hands right now, Terry.
Dahlia,
Will allow Mr. Falls to testify once and once only. Well then, Mr. Falls, yours will be the final testimony in this trial. Yes?
ah!
I'm sorry, I apologize.
Water, please, water. Can't talk, need water.
Oh well, I guess it'll have to be my coffee instead. At least it'll match the way he's probably feeling right now. Darker and bitterer than hell itself.
Shit.
Oh.
Who Terry Falls saw.
That day, 4 p.m., I stopped the car. I was in front of a bridge. She was there. Zora waited on bridge. I watched my car from the bridge. I'd never put no body in that car. Finally, one woman came. She stood in front of me. We talked. She left. That was Valerie, not my Dahlia.
Mr. Falls, you're covering for her. Do you think she would do the same for you?
Objection.
That's enough, Miss Fay. His last statement was a fitting way to end the final testimony of the trial.
Well then, Miss Fay, please proceed with your cross-examination.
Is this how you want it to end, Mr. Falls? Another guilty verdict to go along with your death sentence?
There's only one person who can stop it. You, kid. I think.
Oh, that's real helpful.
You're welcome. Statement 2 has the contradiction.
She wasn't there, so I waited on the bridge.
But that doesn't make sense, right? It's like... Wasn't it like... I don't know. Let's look at a specific photograph.
Every time I do, it makes me laugh.
Sure.
The one where he's waiting on the bridge in the rain?
Yeah, so... If she wasn't there... Why was... It's like, she's like right there and she had to have been there before him, right?
Right, because of the way that they're standing.
I guess it's that photo.
Okay, yeet. Objection. So when you got to the bridge, no one had arrived, huh? So you waited on the bridge. You're sure of that?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You're sure, huh? Well, then I'm sure too, Mr. Falls. I'm sure that you're lying.
Huh? Oh. What?
Oh, I would love to hear your rationale on this, Miss Fay.
You want to know who arrived at the bridge first? Just look at this photo. Every time you'll do it makes you laugh. It's perfectly clear. Obviously, the person that came first would be the one at the end of the bridge, right?
But that's the victim at the end of the bridge.
Precisely my point. In other words, Mr. Falls, you must have arrived at the bridge after she did. Mr. Falls, please don't get so worked up. We just want the truth.
I just want more screen time. I got there around 4 o'clock. It's true.
Hmm?
I had somewhere to go. A special place.
Did you go to this special place before you went to the bridge?
Yeah. It's an old temple, about 15 minutes from the bridge. 5 years ago, me and Dahlia, we promised each other. We swore we wouldn't betray each other. She brought a memento to represent our love.
A memento?
Memento mori. 5 years ago, I hid it under the base of tree there. A special memory for me. This is it. This is what I would to get.
This little bottle of a necklace is your memento? It's quite charming, but it looks empty.
Your Honor, you heard what my client said. He arrived at the scene at 4 o'clock. But then he left his car unattended and walked away. He was gone for approximately 30 minutes.
Ugh.
With that much time, Dahlia Hawthorne could have easily hidden the body in the trunk of his car.
No! Indeed, there certainly was enough time for it.
I've still got a chance. Mr. Falls, there's no mistaking it. Uh-huh, Mr. Falls. Oh, shit.
That's enough. Please.
Witness?
I promised her 5 years ago. If it ever happens that we can't trust each other no more, then we're supposed to drink bottle.
No, stop the trial. Your Honor, we need a recess.
I was stupid. Couldn't keep promise. So I did it. Drink this.
No, we're so close. Just a little more. I was going to prove your innocence.
No. Don't want that. Don't trust self. Want screen time? Maybe kill again. Kill Sweet Dahlia. Again.
Mr. Falls.
Mr. Mondo. Thanks for the coffee.
Mr. Falls! He just fell. He's fallen and he can't get up.
The old ball and chain back at it again.
And so my first trial ended. Suddenly and tragically. It ended with...
Another do that line again.
And so my first trial ended. Suddenly and tragically. It ended with no winners, only losers. I ended up with a wound that cut so deep into my soul, I thought it'd never heal. I'm sure it was the same for the young prosecutor as well. But one person, the true criminal, Dahlia Hawthorne, she left the courtroom with a secret smile on her demonically sweet face.
Unforgivable. That witch.
Mr. Armando.
We were so close to the truth. It was right there in front of us. We're just a little too soft, kitten.
It's my fault. It's all my fault that Mr. Falls killed himself.
Don't cry, kitten. I make my coffee all salty.
I knew it. I knew I wasn't cut out for this.
Mia.
Uh,
Don't you get it? You can't cry yet. Ow.
Ow?
The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over.
And your hand is bleeding. Mr. Armando.
I'll get used.
Get used to it. Mr. Armando.
I think that's still Mia.
No matter how tough the case, no matter how bitter the memories, they always fade over time. Then you file them away and eventually forget them.
Oh, it's Phoenix.
Oh, okay.
1 year later. I think it's me, right? Alright. 1 year later in this very same courthouse. I myself got wrapped up in that case.
I didn't kill this guy. I kinda did.
Only after that did Dahlia Hawthorne get put on trial for crimes. That fucking bitch. The verdict that was ultimately handed down to her was guilty, of course. Naturally, when the verdict was read, she had a perfect angelic smile on her face.
finally all over. At least that's what I thought at the time. Unfortunately, I couldn't have been more wrong. It's been 5 years, but now something has happened that's made me remember all this shit.
Oh shit. Turnabout beginnings, the end.
Oh my god, dude. That prologue.
Brand new episode has been added. Bridge to the Turnabout. I'm gonna save that fucking progress.
Of the final trial.
The final trial of the trilogy. Which I
Yep.
don't want to start tonight.
That's valid.
Yeah, we can.
That is valid.
A case like that, you don't want to start something new immediately.
I don't want to start something new immediately, and I also have plans to chat with Courtney in the morning.
That's also valid.
I'm gonna throw up that just chatting screen or whatever. Switch goes into sleep mode. Cool. That was a cool
Yeah.
trial.
KidVillero got to experience a break.
Yeah, you had like nothing.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
existed for a while.
Yeah.
Your character existed and then committed suicide. And then committed not alive.
Bruh.
Yep.
I got that Sean Kingston special, dude.
Wow. I can't believe you.
Look, she was way too beautiful for him, apparently, right? You're way too beautiful.
Stop that.
That's why it'll never work.
And then what did he do? Exactly.
No. Don't even go there.
He went there.
I know.
That's
Yeah,
basically the
well,
summary of that story is literally Sean Kingston's song. If you want to like have like this case out of context, just literally have that song there, and then you'll understand.
Oh no.
oh my God damn it.
What happened? I'm back. You came at the end. I'm done.
Yeah, it's
We're all
done.
done.
We are done for
He
tonight.
finished. Yep.
BB stream, absolutely. Fuck yeah, that's what you get. Should have been here earlier, forehead.
Yeah, Babu stream.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Do we want to do this tomorrow?
I think it's gonna take like 2 weeks to finish this case, right? If because it's really long, from what I remember, from what I recall.
Pretty much depending on like how we go through with it, but yeah.
Well, it's more than 2 investigations, right? If I recall correctly. Am I tripping?
Let me think about it. Big investigation, trial, and even bigger investigation than trial. Yeah. It'll pretty much be 2 investigations and 2 trials. But it's just gonna be pretty long.
Yeah, I remember this one. Acacia gets
can
to
never-
play some good characters too.
Yay!
Right.
Good, because I wanted to punch Dahlia in the
Thank you.
face. Was it Dahlia?
God.
God.
Hey, man, I can't wait to see how you deal with these other characters.
I'm
Bruh,
excited.
please.
And then we finish the trial, and then we can watch season 2 of the anime.
Thought you guys already did
Yep.
that.
Mm-mm.
And finish the rest of season 2.
We finished.
All of season 2 of Phoenix Wright is pretty much this goddamn all the trials and tribulations.
Yeah, because we watched the season 1 was split between game 1 and game 2. But season 3 is apparently all of the third game. I mean, season 2 is all of the third game. I think we watched like the
Pretty
very
much.
first episode of season 2 because it was the forgotten one.
Yeah, it has an anime. If you guys didn't know that.
It's a
Yee.
funny anime.
It's amazing.
But yeah. But yeah, can't wait to watch the anime with y'all. I think y'all are gonna love it.
I'm excited.
Alright.
Are you
listen,
gonna
my
stream
friend.
after this, Fiero, or nah?
No. No,
Okay.
today is Wednesday. I got my trash out already, and I'm gonna fucking head to bed. I'm tired. I've been sleeping a lot earlier, so
No, that's probably
trying to keep
for
it
the
that way.
better.
I'll start going
Better than me.
like I'll start doing longer streams in February. Okay, I already decided that. I got a lot of shit to do still before anything else happens. So
Yeah, take care of your shit.
That's fair. I'm planning a 12-hour stream on February.
I
Just don't know what
need to
day.
schedule my 12-hour stream. I'm wanting to do one on a day that I don't have family home because I just don't want to deal with that shit.
you mean my normal streams? Okay.
Well, I'm more sensitive to not wanting to have people walk into my room constantly yelling at me.
Oh, that's a mood. That happens to me all the time.
Mhm.
Yeah, it completely kills my vibe. And I just don't want to try to do that for 12 hours.
Yeah. I know I'll be there. I'll be there to be there for the 12-hour stream, no doubt.
Yay, thank you. I need to schedule it, and I'm just
Gotta
waiting
figure out
for
some fun stuff to do.
waiting for another day that my parents are gonna go somewhere. So
Yeah.
which
Need to
is
plan mine. I need to remember to install Steam again on my computer.
yeah.
So I know exactly what I'm doing for my 12-hour.
Nice.
Okay. Well, I'm sure we're all tired and we all should get some rest.
Yeah, I'm gonna go take some melatonin and go to sleep.
All right, you both have a good night then.
Good night.
You
It
too.
was fun.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Take care.
And I just yeeted myself from that call. Okay, really quickly. Yeah. Why not? Let's be cool. He's on a BRB, but my friend DJ Azur is streaming right now. He's playing, Yakuza Like a Dragon. So, let's go raid him for the end of the night. And then I'll call it a night. Have a great night, guys.
It's time to let old things die.